Welcome to week 93.
Oh, Nikki stole it from me. I was going to say, streaming to you live from on top of a volcano. But we didn't get it.
That mine's 400, or is mine 400 and something Bitcoin?
474 Bitcoin was advertised the other day, which is pretty cool. Oh, and I'm going to go and find a way to mute that. Stole it from me. I was going to say,
Here we are, testing all the equipment at the Bitcoin Berlin podcast studio. So we are still having a few little teething things happening, and and it makes a difference when we don't actually have the computer at our hands to play with.
It's on the other side of the room. And what we're thinking about is asking Tim, who's one of our awesome followers and viewers, live viewers, he's one of our live viewers, to come along and practice in the background. So Tim, I know you're watching right now, no pressure. But we're thinking we might actually set up a second camera in here so we can do a second shot.
Yes.
And that way we can practice and get it going. And eventually we'll have 3 cameras in here.
Yeah. Awesome.
Things are happening. It's really exciting. I'm going to zap that QR code up in the corner over there, and you're about to see... Oh, apparently you're not. Oh, there you go. Okay, so because we're running our own node on this, we're actually running a virtual node, which is hosted by Alby, which is really cool. The fees are stinging me. Okay. That's with the Blink wallet. I'm going to try it with the wallet of Stoshi. While we're doing that, we want to talk about our awesome t-shirts today, because this is going to be our service today. Thank you to Gerardo from SatAzul. Gerardo, we remember meeting Gerardo in San Blas.
Yes, we did.
On the beach for the first time. It was very cool. And he's a local Salvadoran. And
I think he would have been one of the first Salvadorans to come up to us and say, I know you.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was really lovely.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah.
And he comes to the Bitcoin Farmers Market every episode down at the beach.
Yeah.
And he came up with his own idea to print custom t-shirts to sell at the market. What is so awesome about the market is it inspires people to come up with an awesome idea and be involved. And I have to say that Gerardo has leaned into that heavily. So this is actually a custom Bitcoin Berlin design, which he's put out. This was a gift. Thank you very much. We've got an order in for a couple of other shirts that we want as well.
Yes, absolutely. And then this is just a buy Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. I like it.
That one. Yeah. Do you know the history of that one?
No.
So there was I can't remember what it was. It was like a one of the official United States Treasury meetings or something. I can't remember the exact meeting, and it was who's the old lady? The old lady with the short silver hair.
Oh,
not Christine Lagarde.
No.
I forget her name. But there was a couple of guys in behind, and they held up a yellow pad that had that Buy Bitcoin written on it in the background, and that is where that Buy Bitcoin comes from. Awesome. There you go. There's a cool piece of history of Bitcoin.
Right. Before we get started, make sure, please, that
to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, absolutely. But also, if you have any comments, please put them in, and we will be answering the comments or questions at the end of the show. And you will see along the bottom is the intro and the days of the week, and then after Sunday is the Q&A, so we will be answering them. And welcome everyone who has joined in to see how we all are here.
Yes,
today.
I have the pen today, so we'll be able to move along and you'll be able to follow us along. Well, Volcanoes apps, we just got Volcanoes apps, that was us. But so if you send if you send sats to that QR code up there, this is a system set up by Alby and the NOSTR Wallet Connect system. So this is becoming quite permissionless and self-hosted. And what you can do is you can put in a comment when you're in your transaction, and it will show up like a super chat instead of in the super chat.
Yeah.
All right. So we're not keeping as much of an eye on the chat today because we need to pull that up. Some good news for people who have been wanting to contact us via our paid calls. I've got the website up and running today. It is the website's really rough. It takes a lot of time to design these things, but I've got the shopping cart in place. You can now get the ebook on its own. You can order a call on its own, or you can order our package, which comes with 2 hours of calls with us, which you can break down into 30-minute slots, and it comes with the ebook. and that's a great way for you to get to have a one-on-one chat with us and learn about El Salvador, learn stuff about Bitcoin. And
we'll answer any questions as long as we can.
Yeah,
as long as we can. Yeah.
And we will find people who can also answer the questions if we can't. We have a great network of people here that we can reach out to. We give people all sorts of contacts to make their life easier when they come and visit El Salvador.
Absolutely.
Whoa, Janet, 21 sats.
Awesome.
Janet, I think you're the first person to put your name in there, so we actually know who sent the sats. That is so cool. Thank you.
We're looking forward to testing this on the Bitcoin Berlin podcast, which is every Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you haven't subscribed to the Bitcoin Berlin SV channel, please do. We have 1 week in Spanish and 1 week in English. So there was a great Spanish version last Friday with Evelyn, Gerardo and Charlie. And they had a good turnout, and it was great to be here listening to them. And then this Friday it will be James, myself and Charlie, and we will be doing it in English.
Yes.
So awesome.
And I was going to say something here, and I forgot what it was. I was just pulling up the questions and comments. Down, if you want to check out SatAzul, the best place to buy, we're going to talk about it when the little flag gets in the middle here, but there is information down in the description with the shops, where to buy and how to buy. So check that out soon. All right.
Newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, please do. It goes out every Tuesday morning. And if you subscribe to our newsletter, you do go in a draw once a month to win a free 45-minute call with us.
45-minute call.
Yeah. So, and then what we do with that is we pretty much have 3 news items that have happened in the past week, and then all the events that we know of that are going on in the next sort of few weeks in El Salvador.
Janet Yellen, she's watching us. Janet,
yes.
Thank you, Janet. Janet must have bought Bitcoin so she could celebrate seeing her famous T-shirt in the corner here. Okay, that could be Super Pilotish, actually. He's the person that would be funny enough to, or it could be SV. Oh no, SV.
Yeah.
FSV. They've got Janet in there. It's Janet Yellen.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. So is there
Janet or Christine?
Yeah. Is there a Sats shout out today?
No.
No.
I haven't. So Mark of Bitcoin is normally the person who challenges us in the Sats shout out. He normally hides Sats in one of our wallets, but he must be busy, because he hasn't managed to zap us in any of our regular wallets today, but that's all good.
That's right. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with the events that are coming up. Seriously, El Salvador is getting busy. There is getting so many things happening. Okay, so first of all, Monday night, tonight, we have the Bitcoin Berlin meetup. It's at 6:30 here in the centre. Great to come along. We have both Salvadorian and foreigners here. It is Spanish first, just so you're aware of that, but it's still great time, and we always go for pupusas afterwards.
Yeah, the pupusa meal afterwards is like the secret treat or secret hack on that one. But if you wanted to come up and talk, don't feel put off because it's Spanish. You can come up and speak in English. Poor old Charlie becomes a dedicated translator quite often. So if you want to come up and just experience it, or actually give a presentation up here, feel welcome to come up.
Absolutely. Then the Bitcoin Casual Meetup on Tuesdays, that's up in San Salvador, that's at 7 p.m. and that's at Honolulu in the Los Castanos Mall. Then we have the Bitcoin Pizza Day on Wednesday. So if you haven't got plans for Bitcoin Pizza Day, you're in El Salvador, there are 2 events happening so far. One is My First Bitcoin at the Pizzeria La Classica, and Blink is also having one at 900 Pizza Centro Commercial Plaza. Now, the Blink one starts at 5 p.m, so you can go and meet up with the Blink team. Then you can go to the My First Bitcoin one, which starts at 6, so you can have 2 lots of pizza. Now, we will be having something casual up here at some point, but we haven't made plans yet.
We've got a couple of pizza restaurants that accept Bitcoin up here, so I think
we'll be
going,
eating pizza.
Yeah, we'll be going to one of them. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. Then we have the Bitcoin Berlin podcast on Friday morning at 8 a.m. So please subscribe to the Bitcoin Berlin SV YouTube channel, and you'll be able to start listening in. The more the merrier. It'll be great to get some more subscribers on that, and it's quite different to what we are doing here. This is James and Nikki and James. life.
Just what we do every week in El Salvador with Bitcoin. The main thing was we realized that we were doing quite a lot of Bitcoin stuff, and we thought, well, maybe people who wanted to come to El Salvador, they might be curious about what they'd do. We work remote as well, but we also get involved in the community. We're living in Berlin on top of a volcano with over 100 businesses accepting Bitcoin. You could live that crazy life, or you could go down to the beach and live the surf life, or you could live in the city and live the city life. El Salvador's got a lot of opportunity.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to carry on. Bitcoin Beach casual dinner. This is on every Friday. This week it's at the Tres Olas at 6:30. Then we have the NOSTR Devs Meetup San Salvador, it's on the last Wednesday of the month, and this month it's the 29th. It starts at 5 p.m. at the BTC or Bitcoin Embassy. You'll be able to purchase food and drinks, and everyone is welcome. Come, learn, and connect. Then we have the My First Bitcoin on the last Thursday of the month, which of course will be the 30th, and it's going to be at Squirrel Eye Brewing from 6:30 p.m.
What a name.
Yeah, I know. It's a new, I haven't heard that one before.
No.
Then we've got the Bitcoin Beach meetup, which is on the last Friday of the month, and that's at Palo Verde at 5 p.m. Whew. Okay, now we're moving on to
Monday? Are we into it?
No, we have got the Bitcoin Berlin 12-hour podathon.
Yes,
Please
awesome.
Subscribe to the Bitcoin Berlin SV. It's the 1 year anniversary of Bitcoin Berlin. Anyone is welcome up here. Come and hang out. We're going to have some games. We've got a podcast going, streaming live for 12 hours. We're going to have different people coming in, hosting, different people speaking, part Spanish, part English. It's just going to be a great time to come and celebrate with the team. There's huge amounts of effort has been put in to make this happen.
Yeah.
And it'd be awesome to get some support and, come and hang out.
Subscription link is in the description below. So drop in there. You can find it, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get the notification. Also, you'll see our weekly Monday call in there as well. We got Friday. I get all these days mixed up. Our weekly Friday call in there as well. Tune in for that. As Nikki mentioned, it'll be us with Charlie this week. But anybody who would like to join us on that Friday call, come to Berlin. Come to Berlin,
absolutely. And it's from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's going to be an awesome day. So, the more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Bitcoin Island, there is going to be on the 1st of June. So what you could do is you could come up to Berlin, hang out in Berlin on the Friday, and then on the Saturday, head down to Uslatan, and you can go over to La Praia. It's a boat trip, and they are having a Bitcoin Island Day on the 1st of June. So that would be a great weekend away to go and check it out and see Berlin and see La Praia.
Make the most of it. So many people are impressed when they go to these circular economies. They go to these events. They check it out. A lot of so La Praia, we've been there once. They've had probably half a dozen tours down there now, which always well received. People enjoy the boat ride out there, go to the island, see the people, enjoy some food, go for a swim. My First Bitcoin and Bitcoin Beach put in a lot of effort.
Absolutely.
Worth checking out.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have got the Bitcoin Farmers Market, which will be on Sunday the 2nd of June, and that is in El Zonte at Plaza Mango Verde. This is amazing. I mean, it's such a great place to hang out and meet people, and every time we go, we meet someone new that's visiting or looking at moving here or has started to move here. Every week there's new store holders happening now. It's
Salvadoreños.
Salvadoreños, really cool.
We had a couple of new stalls this week that were people. One of them had a home store in San Salvador, and the other one had a physical store in San Salvador, and they brought down their crafts that they were making, and it was really cool to see. It's a really good experience. Basically, it's like a giant meetup on a Sunday. Sunday, because it's there from 8 until.
9 till 3.
Oh, 9 till 3. We're there from 8 until 2. But and a shout out to Dave, because Dave from Berlin, he made his way down there to do his pulled pork sandwiches, which that is huge. Good on you, Dave. First day down there with his product. He's been down a number of times, but that is awesome. That is the commitment from the crazy people on top of the volcano. We will travel to bring value to you.
Absolutely. And then 2 more things. We've got the Bitcoin Farmers Market up here in Berlin on the 9th of June. So that will be our second monthly one.
Yep.
Now we can't sort of say it's the first Sunday of the month because it conflicts sometimes with the Bitcoin Farmers Market in Zonte, but it is early in the month.
Yeah. The early Sunday in the month, in between the other one.
Yeah. And then the last one is the Bitcoiners Out West. They hold a monthly meeting. Theirs is going to be it's the second Monday of every month, and it's at Spanish Beats Cafe, and it'll be the 10th of June, the next one.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's done.
That's big start. All right, let's get going on the Mondays. All right. Working from home, we prepared the live and the newsletter. This takes a bit of time now. We tried to keep it as fast and easy as possible, but as we've been moving through, things get a bit more complicated, which is all good. And Nikki made some tallow moisturizer, which was available at the farmers market this week, and it was quite popular when people realized what was going on down there.
Yeah.
Then we headed to the centre for the live to actually broadcast from the new podcast studio. So this is our second one in the finished studio, right? Yeah. So, the good thing about doing this is we're learning a lot. Like, we're learning about moving the equipment around, we're learning about lighting, we're learning about cameras. So we're really excited about the developments coming in here as well. And then we had the Monday evening talk. Evelyn did a fantastic talk about basically the achievements of the past year here in Berlin. Yeah. It was really good. It was a great way, because, they got on a plane today, Evelyn and Gerardo, to go to the first circular economy in the world, I think. That's what it's being called, in the Netherlands. And they're going to the conference in the Netherlands. So that is awesome. And that was good timing that she squeezed that in before they left. And then we had the classic Papooses for dinner, and it's always a good event to go and hang out, chat, and just talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Okay, Tuesday. Okay, we have our early morning BIA meeting, which is always really good. It just keeps us on. What does it keep? It keeps us online with what we need to achieve and what we need to be doing, and making sure everyone's on the same page. Then I spent the morning at the centre working and practising a bit of Spanish, as well as helping a young girl here with her English. Home for lunch, and then we had a team members call from San Blas with an up-and-coming project that we're working on at the moment, which is always really exciting. There's always new things happening there, so yeah, we're really enjoying what happens. Looking forward to that space. James went into the centre for the afternoon, and then there was a Tuesday meeting clean-up campaign here in the centre, though we didn't get a chance to get to it this week. I normally do, but we didn't manage it this week. So.
Yeah. Now I just realised the clicker has decided to stop working, and the PC is on the other side of the room. So we're just going to point to Tuesday. Now
Wednesday
we're pointing to Wednesday. Let's do it. Work from home again. The Wednesday is basically the big day that we try to budget to get a whole heap done at home. And Nikki went to the centre to meet with Perry to discuss the podathon. There's a lot of people involved in this, and there's a lot of work being put in, which is really exciting. And then we had a lady come from the Cantones with some pickled vegetables, which we purchased. And then we actually purchased them from the farmers market here in Berlin, and we were so impressed. We thought, why don't we take some down to the farmers market?
We actually had Leo send us a message. He saw a photo, and he said, "Oh, I'd like to buy some." Yeah. So he actually saw a photo and said, "Can you bring some down to the farmers market?" So, yeah. So that was awesome.
Leo from Chorito Cafe. So we actually sold 3 of them before we even arrived, which was pretty cool. Or right as we arrived, which was pretty cool. And we sold, I think, 4 out of the 5, which was really good. Which is good. We will consider doing that again. But it was great that we were able to take the
just some local product.
Yeah.
I think down to Zonte to share, what the locals are making here. Yeah.
That was awesome. Alrighty. Service for the week. SatAzul or SatAzul. So SatAzul is a small t-shirt printing company that has been set up by our friend Gerardo, and not here in Berlin, but he is the first Gerardo we met, I think. Yes, down at the beach in San Blas. And he's got some great designs. They're all good quality cotton shirts, which is our favorite. This guy has done his research as to what Bitcoin is like, which is really good, and we like a good quality t-shirt. These are good quality cotton shirts, which is awesome. And then the prints are really good quality too. A lot of people buy them and they wear them. We see a lot of people walking around with them. His website and Twitter page are still very new, so just be patient with the designs that are on there. But if you come to the farmers market every second Sunday in Zonte, you'll have the opportunity to pick from the wide range of colours, sizes and designs that he has down there.
And he can print. You can then, if you haven't quite got the right colour or the right design that you want or the size, he will then get that for you. Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, so we've put in custom
There's
size.
A photo of
Oh, there it is. There it is. Advertising this shirt here, the Berlin City shirt. Okay. But yes, if you come to the farmer's market and you put in an order with him, you can put in the size, the colour, the design, and he'll get it done for you, normally within the next market, which is a two-week window. Now, if you don't have the luxury of going to the farmer's market and you're coming to visit and you'd love to buy a Bitcoin t-shirt made by a local, then you can go to the Bitcoin hardware store. So on the icon on the side there, we've got the Bitcoin hardware store and the farmer's market, because they're the two key places you can buy these shirts. But I recommend coming to the farmer's market, meet Gerardo, get a feel for his passion for what he's doing. He's often got a Bitcoin book with him as well. Yes. He reads, this guy, he's intense. He reads the Bitcoin books to get ideas for what he should say on his shirts. So this is a classic meme design that Nicky's got, and this is something that he's made himself. And he also creates other ideas and takes other memes, and like he's got a no shitcoin inside shirt, which takes off the Intel design as well. So it's cool. There's some very creative designs. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
We're going to keep moving because it's Thursday. I can't believe it. It's already like 5 o'clock. So
oh, wow. Okay.
Let's keep going.
Thursday, right. I was in the centre for the morning, and then James and I were both in the centre in the afternoon. I caught up with Kitty to discuss the potathon as well, and then we went to Patty Ingles for a cool drink and paid with Bitcoin. Now we keep bringing up Patty Ingles. She's a local painter here, but she's also set up a cafe, and she's just got this great little shop. It's only open in the afternoons, but really worth going when you're up here to check it out.
Her shop is her work.
Yes.
It literally, you go in there, she's painted it as if you've walked into a cartoon, kind of like an anime. And I say this every week, but it is really good. Yeah.
Then we had a really neat roundtable discussion. It was with the Latin Life. So it was a Life in El Salvador roundtable discussion. We had Ronnie from the Bitcoin hardware store, we had Quinton from My First Bitcoin, we had Pierre, and we also had Herbert, who's a Salvadorian here, and then the Wandering Investor. So it was actually really cool. We had 4 of us, and there's a photo here of the 4 of us sitting in the podcast studio.
That's the laptop over there.
And that's the laptop over there,
Kind of like how we've got it set up now.
Yes. So we had, it was a great discussion on living in Bitcoin, living in El Salvador, the cost of living in El Salvador. It was really interesting listening to actually the Wandering Investor, because he had said that he'd been checking it out for investors, and he sort of at the moment feels that it's more expensive than what his clientele would be prepared to pay. But,
I felt like his insights were quite spot on for how we felt about it as well. It depends on why you're coming to El Salvador and why you'd like to buy land as well. So one of his big insights was that this may not be the best value for money at the moment, like if you're looking for a really good value buy, but El Salvador's got a really bright future versus a lot of the good value buys. So you're all like that, people are already pricing in the opportunity that's here in El Salvador. So there's something to think about. So don't, it depends on what your why is for buying property and investing in the country.
Absolutely. And then
got distracted.
No, that's right. Then when we finished that, Pierre and James and I headed to Rustico for dinner, and we paid with Bitcoin. Yeah. So that was cool.
Rustico, great little restaurant. We've been there quite a few times. It's pretty straightforward food, good price. A lot of Tipico. It's got a good quality Tipico here. Tipico is a standard, there's a very Salvadoran style meal that you can get, and it's basically called a Tipico. You can get a Tipico breakfast, Tipico lunch, Tipico dinner. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Friday.
Yep.
Early mornings start at the centre to help with the Spanish version of the Bitcoin Berlin SV podcast. So we were in here I came in early so I could set up the studio, make sure everything was good and ready to go. Evelyn, Gerardo, and Nikki came in as well and helped set up. Evelyn and Gerardo and Charlie came in, and we just did a 3-person panel here on the desks. And it was the first time we'd run with 2 cameras. So I sat there, even though it was all in Spanish, I did my best to pick the camera changes. So we went between we went between all 3 people and Charlie. So we also noticed that the color wasn't so good. The color on our screen right now is really good because we had a fiddle with it before we got live in here today. Kitty and Tim assembled a TV on the wall mounts in the career center down the back, which is awesome. It's freed up space. It's taken a desk off
a table off the
a table off the floor.
Yeah, we're looking forward to. We've got new desks and chairs coming, so the career centre's really moving along, and we've got Paddy Ingalls doing some artwork. So looking forward to getting that all finished.
Yeah. And then we headed to the local Mercado here to buy some fruit and vegetables because Thursday is the day that they get the fresh vegetables. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday are normally a good day to go and buy. Yeah. And it just worked out well for us to go in there. And it was good. Like we found a new stall and they're very motivated to pull out some good stuff for us. So that's really cool. Yeah. It's really good when Tim was talking about it the other day to us as well. He's like, this one vendor, she knows what I want. She'll make sure I get what I want. It was really good. So we're developing those relationships here too. Takes time. All these things, relationships, they take time. We headed to the Standard, which is Tim's bed and breakfast, and he's to check out what was going on, and he is filling the swimming pool. So Tim and Kitty are busy turning the Standard into an event centre. Would it be an experience centre?
It's accommodation, but an experience centre. Experience centre. Yeah.
So one of the things that they're looking at being prepared for is running small, like a mini conference. So they're hosting the Bitcoin Farmers Market there. They're also going to be able to host like small business get-togethers. So if you're a Bitcoin business that wants to come to El Salvador and do something Bitcoin on top of a volcano, then the Standard could be a really interesting option for you. The swimming pool, he spent a bit of money getting that repaired because it was pretty basic, and he's gone and cleaned it up a lot.
Yeah.
And then we popped around to 303 to give them some sample soaps. Nikki's, what do we call it? I call it the gingerbread soap.
Yeah. It was the wild honey and the 303. Dave from 303 had actually got me, he attacked the beehive that was eating away at a building. So I got the honey from them. So it was really good to be able to give them some of my experimental soap, I would call it. It wasn't perfect, but it still smells good and it still works. Yeah. But I have since made another product, or the same product, but another batch of it, and it's come out perfect. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Right. And that was pretty much it. Yeah. Did we have beef back better for dinner that night? I'm just throwing that in there.
There's a good chance we did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll just say we did.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Saturday. So we spent the morning at home, but we also went to the Ferreteria nearby to pick up some parts because not that we're using that microphone at the moment, but we have got one of the microphones here that needed a bit of a slight adjustment. So James had a concept and an idea, and it's looking really good. And it definitely looks like it's going to work a lot better than what it had done. Yeah,
these, I mean, there are plugs, and this is expensive equipment, right? This is professional equipment. It's not like our simple one at home, even though our simple one at home is still pricey. I mean, it was still like a $300 New Zealand dollar microphone. But these plugs and everything, they all need a little bit of love. So making sure that things are mounted the right way so you can get the full flexibility out of them and stuff like that. Just little modifications, because this isn't technically a proper microphone stand. This is actually for a monitor.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're making the most of like a monitor stand. Yeah, so these are monitor stands which we're using to put the microphones on. So they're custom modified, right? This one's a proper microphone stand, but it's just a mini one. This isn't like the crazy ones you see on some of those podcast shows, but anyway, it's just crazy nerd podcast talk.
So we ended up buying these parts, and we paid with Bitcoin, which was awesome. So yeah, and then in the afternoon we did an iOS training session in the centre. OBS training session, and so that was really good. James was we would have had 7 people, I think, turned up, wanting to learn about the software that we use for the podcast studio, and so it was really neat to lots of great questions. It was definitely a 101, but really good if you wanted to start learning, and from there you can go sort of dive down deeper.
It was a deep 101.
A deep 101.
Yeah, so like it's not easy to give like a really basic thing on it. It was challenging, but I think out of it we got 2 people who are really keen to come along and actually man the desk over here.
I was actually thinking 3 because I think Kitty did too.
Oh, was she keen? Okay, if Kitty's keen, if you're listening, Kitty, so you can fight Tim. You guys can do like paper scissors rock for this. Oh, no, I'm gonna. Who's doing this Friday? Oh, we need someone for this
Tim,
Friday.
I think Tim's doing it.
Okay, so Tim is on this Friday, but we're also going to do one on Monday, which will be an opportunity to learn as well with our show, because we're thinking about putting another camera in here just to mix it up and play.
And also because we need people ready for the podathon. Yeah. So that's one of the big things, is we're really wanting to get some people who are comfortable behind the desk for the podathon, because we are going to be switching out live to be on the street, out to the front, and also bringing in video calls as well. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. So yeah.
It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah. And then James did some work on the podcast studio. And then we also went back to Paddy Ingles for another cool drink.
It's a really good price drink. Like you pay $1 to $2 for a pretty good liquado or a shake or a smoothie. Yeah. It's good.
And then James had work at home, so we headed at home. I prepped for the Bitcoin Farmers Market, and then we actually ordered some burritos from Chippy, and he delivered them on his motorbike and paid with Bitcoin. So we were pretty impressed by that, because
and that's kind of what's cool. Once you get to know the locals and how the systems work, a lot of them are on WhatsApp and ready to do there's Charlie out there. That's the problem with the window. We need a curtain so we can. No, he's good. Once you get to know the locals, get on their WhatsApp. They can do deliveries, and it's pretty good. It's a really good service.
Yeah. All right,
Sunday, we get up nice and early, 4 a.m., get up. Basically spend the next hour prepping, having a coffee, and I normally eat something because we've got a 3-hour drive down to the beach. We packed the night before, but 3-hour drive down to the beach. The day before, we actually prepare the car, we get fueled up and everything and pack. But great day at the market. We had a fantastic time just catching up with people. I was recommended a new book by Leo, which was great. Really enjoyed that. Great to see new people down there. Great to see Dave and Charlie down there. So that actually, this is a great segue. So, have some pupusas from us tonight. Oh, wow. Thank you. Oh, so cool. And we even saw the lightning zaps. Yeah. It was so cool. Right. I love it. This is so cool. I've been working on modifying it, but the updates aren't there yet. I'll let you guys know when the updates are there. Adopting Bitcoin here on my side. Right. Tickets are on sale, and the prices are going to go up at the end of the month. So you basically got 10 days left to buy tickets before the prices go up. Charlie was at the market selling them and promoting the conference, which is coming up in November. Remember, if you're coming for the conference in November, book plenty of time, a minimum a week, because you're going to need to come beforehand, because Bitcoin Beach are hosting things beforehand.
My first Bitcoin will miserably host, so they'll do the unconference, I imagine, beforehand too.
Yes, good point. And also afterwards, because you want to come up to Berlin and hang out on top of the volcano.
Yes.
And zap sats.
Yeah.
All right, that's the pitch for them. And we had a great time to catch up with actually Alex from Plan B Network. And that was really cool. We sat down and we had a chat about what was happening in the space, and in particular Berlin. We spent a lot of time brainstorming because Berlin is a great experience to come to. So if anybody has some really good ideas on what people, and there's the book actually, Tragedy and Hope 101, Nikki's put it in there. That was the book Leo recommended. You can get it for free if you go to their website. So if you search them, you can get it for free and download it as an audio book, which is how I enjoy it, or on YouTube. Sorry for all the Spanish listeners because I'm speaking really quickly. But we had a really good chat about how to maybe get more exposure for Berlin and the circular economy up here, because we don't know another location in El Salvador that you can go to and start spending sats at over 100 businesses all within walking distance. So yeah, something to think about. If you've got some great ideas, let us know, because we are also looking for marketing ideas to make that work.
Yeah.
And that was largely we talked to Gerardo from SatAzul again. He donated us these 2 T-shirts. These gifts are amazing. I mean, he's been like, I'm gonna give you guys T-shirts. I'm like, no, thank you. We'll buy the T-shirt. So he was like, this is experimental. So this was a gift. Thank you very much, Gerardo. But we've got a couple that we're going to buy on order as well.
He's actually in the chat too.
Yes, I did see him there. We're gonna catch up in the chat in a moment. So if anyone's still in there. Pushing the button so things happen in there.
And then one thing that did happen on Friday, we got home and we were absolutely had it, so we didn't get to the park. But in the park, we've been talking about, we have been talking about, the campaign cleanup that we've been doing here. And Pee-wee, we got him to come up with an amazing rubbish bin system. And Andre did the design. And so on Sunday evening, they actually took it to the park, and they had a great campaign just in regards to, what to use which bin for and the reasons for it. And they're really trying to encourage the people here of Berlin to, just take pride in their park and their surrounding areas. And I think it went really well. They've had the local TV station film them.
Yep.
They had Ruth there, who's a singer, and it sounded like it was a really good night. But we just didn't have the energy to get down there.
No.
So,
there's a lot happening. Like if you don't, I was talking to one of our friends this week, and he was like, I'm tired just listening to everything you do in El Salvador. And you got to remember, like, we talk about all this stuff here, but there's work in between all of this as well. We donate a lot of time to this project to make it happen, but it's worth it. We believe that this is a great example to the world of what can be done, and if you want to come up and experience it, it's here. Yes. Do it. Just do it.
Okay, questions? So if you have any questions, please
now is the
time to put them in. If you haven't liked and subscribed the channel, please do that as well as the Bitcoin Berlin SV YouTube channel as well. The more people we get following that, the better. And so we have got
all of those links are down in the description, so you can find them easily.
Okay, FSV, holla guys, great that you're here.
And there is Gerardo. Hey friends. Hola, thank you so much, man. Like this is really cool. I actually really like the fit. Steve. he sent 21,000 sats. Man, that was huge.
Awesome, thanks Steve.
So cool. They even got the lightning bolts. They fall so much better. So the lightning bolts, how they fall is actually an improvement. That is a small improvement I have done.
Okay, Supadish, holla, a little late but still here. Thank you.
Janet Yellen. I wasn't sure if it was Janet or Christine Lagarde. I know on Simply Bitcoin they give Opti a hard time about Christine Lagarde, which is quite funny. And then
Supadish, NJ's mailing list is good to sign up with. They give great updates and don't spam you. No, we definitely don't spam you.
No, I don't have time to spam you guys. Man, the only spamming would be go to our website if you've been looking for it. We've got the shopping cart. Oh, here's a good point. On the shopping cart, I've actually gone and set up a test product, and I'm going to set up all the different payment gateways that we can use. So if you wanted to actually experience a Bitcoin Lightning checkout on our website, you can buy the test product for $1. It's just a transaction. There is no product. And experience the process flow, because all of them are slightly different. Just out of interest's sake. I mean, it's my nerd coming out of me.
Okay, and we've got Carlitos Way. Hey guys, I got to say you guys got really good with the podcast. I love it. I remember on the first podcast you guys had sounded a little shy, but now you guys are flawless. Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you. I think it's the microphones.
Yeah.
One thing I've definitely noticed is I feel like my energy is different in this room. Like I feel like I need to be a little bit more professional. Maybe I'll put on my TV radio voice.
Yeah, we kind of have, at home it was very much it felt a lot more casual. Now we've got lights beaming down at us and things like that, but it's,
yeah,
it is what it is. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then friend Cisco, hey guys, how are you? We're good, thank you.
Todo bien.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all good.
Todo bien.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Thank you. Yes, everything's good. We live on top of a volcano in Bitcoin country, in the largest circular economy here in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Can't complain, really.
No.
And we hang out with great people here and at the beach. We love going down to the beach and hanging out with the crew down there as well. The farmers market would probably be it's a great reason to go down and spend time with the people down there. Super Pilotish, how's your Spanish coming along? Oh, sorry, Carlos. Carlos, how's your Spanish coming along? Slowly.
Yeah.
It improved being here in Berlin, which is great. And today, my brother was talking to us about a course that we should be taking. So we're gonna. Nikki was like, "I'm buying it. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it." But I think I'm gonna wait though until after the podathon. I've got a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah. I think once we've done the podathon, it's gonna be because I think you need to put in an hour, maybe 2 hours a day, and so I want to then I can focus on me and my Spanish.
Yes. Super Pilotish, bon appetit. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Just in case anybody is curious, Super Pilotish is now the head chef for pupusas in Canada. I believe he's been making them in Canada, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, he obviously misses it. And great question. How big is the pool at the Standard? Have you got pics?
I haven't gotten pics.
No.
But if you are a Facebook user, you can actually follow the Standard now on Facebook, and they have got photos of them working on it. So yeah, it's not a huge pool.
I know how big it is.
How big is it?
It's 2 meters by 6 meters, and it's about 1.5 meters deep.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's not in feet. You guys have to figure that out on your own.
They're Canadian, surely they're meters.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's approximately the size. So it's like a lap pool, basically. It's a very long, straight pool. And Tim's going to put in some professional filters and blowers and skimmers now, which it didn't have before. It was literally just like a concrete box.
Yeah.
So he's going to put in nice surroundings as well, but. Here in Berlin as well, there's also, and not to take the thunder from Tim's pool, but there's a place called Pool Party, which is like a public swimming pool. And I think they have three terraced pools.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And they have one of those amazing big colourful slides, which we have yet to go and do.
Yes,
and do a video.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good tourist activities to do up here in Berlin, like Salvadoran tourist activities. You can do quite a few of them in one spot, which is pretty cool.
Okay. No more questions?
No, there's more questions.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, they snuck them in.
Okay.
All right. Ernesto, hello. I like the studio. It's nice. The Salvadoran flag looks great. Thank you. Oh, thank you. The Salvadoran flag normally travels along our timeline here. So not today because the pen has stopped working. That happens on occasion. I don't know why. But thank you. And Super Pilotish seems to be happy with the answer we gave him about the swimming pool.
Okay.
Yeah, which
Brilliant.
is awesome. But yeah.
Okay, I've just got a couple of things I want to throw in there. If there's no more questions, if more questions come, that's great. One is, please subscribe to the Bitcoin Berlin SV channel. We have a podathon, a 12-hour podathon next Friday, the 31st. So not this one coming, but the following one. On the 31st from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We are going to have a multiple of different hosts that are going to be hosting in the centre. Plus, we will be having different guests coming in and talking as well. You're going to see people out in the streets paying with Bitcoin. You're going to see events happening in the centre. If you're most welcome to come up to Berlin and check it out. So that was one really big thing. I just sort of really want to get out there, get people to start following and liking. And, even if you were in another country and you wanted to zoom in, let us know, and if we've got a space, we will zoom you in. If you've been to Berlin and wanted to check, wanted to have some comments about what it's like here in Berlin.
It's about people who have been to Berlin.
Yeah, so it's the 1 year celebration of all the effort and what everyone has put into this place.
Yes, and you don't have to be a Bitcoin nerd. You just have to have come to visit. We're just going to talk about people's experiences here in El Salvador, experiences with Bitcoin, experiences in Berlin. And services that are here. So, feel free.
And you can make a weekend of it because you could then go to La Praia on the Saturday. Bitcoin Beach are having an event down there. So, well worth doing that if you can.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it is Pizza Day on Wednesday the 22nd. So, wherever you are, make sure you go out and eat a pizza.
And pay with Bitcoin.
And pay with Bitcoin, yes.
Find a pizza joint that pays with Bitcoin. Don't just go and eat a pizza at some fiat.
Yeah.
I mean, Come on, make a small effort. You don't have to spend 10,000 Bitcoin to buy one.
Yeah.
But yeah, in El Tunco, I know there's a couple of pizzerias that accept there. Well, there definitely was. And then, I don't know about El Zonte. In the city, there definitely are.
Well, as you know, My First Bitcoin are having theirs at... Oh, no,
Yes.
My First Bitcoin. Oh, yeah,
yep,
My First
My First
Bitcoin are
Bitcoin.
having theirs at 900 Pizza. And the other event I really want to push, or not push, but let you guys, or remind you of, is the NOSTR Devs Meetup, which is next Wednesday, the 29th. It is the second one that they've had. So if you're interested in going along, it's from 5 p.m. at the Bitcoin Embassy, and you're able to purchase food and drink, and everyone is welcome. So go along and learn and support and connect.
And we're NOSTR users, so we do have a NOSTR profile. The link is on our website. Yes, I've got a contact on our contact section on the website. I have a link to our NOSTR profile. Also, the Bitcoin Alby NOSTR Wallet Connect up in the top corner there is actually a NOSTR product as well. So NOSTR is super powerful. It's a social media communication platform where you own the profile, you own your data, and the only way you can be censored is by losing your keys. So be careful when you go and set up these accounts. Like your Bitcoin, you need to make sure you take responsibility and have systems in place to back up any keys that you create on these new social platforms.
Cool. And that's us.
Yeah.
This Friday, if you've got nothing on, Friday morning, coffee time with James and I for the Bitcoin Berlin.
Oh, yes.
SV English version, and Charlie, of course. So, yeah. We're going to do a tour of the centre. A video tour. We're going to pre-record a video tour so you can check out what's actually going on.
We're going to pre-record one? We could.
Yeah.
All sorts of ideas are going through my head, and I have to be careful how much I commit to for Friday morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
And remember what Tim on the...
We're going to have Tim on the desk. Tim, if you're watching, I haven't seen you messaging in there, so maybe you've got us on mute at home. But yeah, Gerardo, I'm driving to my home, but I listen. Nice studio, thanks all my friends. That's Gerardo from SatAzul. Yep. Thank you very much, Gerardo. We really appreciate it. We love the Salvadorans that have come to befriend the foreigners that have come to be part of what's happening in this country. It's so cool. It really is.
All right. That's us.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tune in Friday morning, and also tune in next Monday for our live.
I'm just pointing out the cool t-shirt. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Friday morning.
Sorry, wrong one.
We'll see you.
That way.
Oh, yeah. Buy Bitcoin.